from twitch.tv, it's Vtuber Talk. This week our guest is WEB. It's all about to begin on Vtuber Talk. Hello and welcome to Vtuber Talk. I'm your host Jay, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. For those of you who haven't been here before, Vtuber Talk is designed after classic late-night talk shows. Everything here is live, casual, and the goal is simply to have fun with the guests, talking about them, learning about them, and making it entertaining so that people who are already familiar with the guest will be able to enjoy things just as much with people who are not familiar with the guest. That's my fancy way of saying I want anyone to be able to tune in and have a good time. As always, all cheers and donations are split 50-50 with the guest, and we have a wonderful, wonderful guest with us this evening. But as we get started, I'm not sure if anyone has been following the happenings of one Takanashi Kiara recently, but for those who aren't aware, she has had quite the week, or the past 10 days rather. Her channel on YouTube was shadow banned, which means that she was not appearing in subscription boxes, her Go Live notifications were not being distributed, and that she was generally not unsearchable, but very few communications were going out. So while she was tweeting out it, letting people know about her schedule, if someone wasn't following her on Twitter, you might have thought that she wasn't creating content the past 10 days. The shadow ban got taken care of today. However, she then discovered that the past 2 months of her content is gone. And keep in mind, this is after her channel got outright nuked a couple months ago. She has continued to take it in stride. A couple months ago, when her channel got nuked for about 12 hours and then brought back, she had a re-debut stream, and she did another re-debut just today, where she unveiled herself as the first member of Hololive German. And you can imagine how that went. I talk about this because I think one of the things that Kiara does so well, and that many successful VTubers and content creators in general do well, is roll with the punches. There is the old saying, tried and true, of, make lemonade out of lemons and all that jazz, and obviously that is not to say that it is reasonable or expected for everyone to be able to roll with every punch that is thrown their way. Goodness knows that Kiara did not deserve any of the shenanigans that she has had to go through, but it is great to see that she's been able to overcome these things and really turn them into opportunities. So, obviously, every person, every situation is very different, so when things stumble, when you have scuff, when things that are completely and utterly out of your control go wrong, think, what would Kiara do? What would your favorite VTuber do? And sometimes the answer is just take a step back. You don't need to necessarily come up with a grand master plan for every situation, but I do think it is healthy and practical to always be thinking of, all right, is there a way to create something good of this and not break myself in the process? That obviously you should never do anything that is going to harm you mentally, physically, or otherwise, but I'm very much an advocate of make sure you at least consider the possibilities for a moment, because even if you just take a few seconds to think about what you might be able to create out of a crappy situation, even if only 10% of the time you have a flash of brilliance, that's 10% of the time that you have something that you found that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So take the found value, as I would say. Anyways, that's enough of me, preaching to the choir. We have a fun show, fun guest tonight, so please welcome my guest for this evening, your friendly neighborhood idol VTuber, WEB. Hello, hello.
Somebody
Hello,
call my
WEB.
name?
Yes, I did call
Oh my
your
gosh.
name. Thank you so much for being here with me, WEB. I'm really excited to have you.
No problem.
You are
I'm
stylish as
excited to
always.
be here. Thanks. These glasses show off how much of a big deal I am.
Yes. Now, funny story, actually. So we've had a chance to chat earlier in the week and a bit before we went live tonight. I don't think I have told you yet how you first came to my attention.
No, you have not.
So you first came to my attention only a couple days after the premiere of Hololive English, with the Web Power Hour video where you were talking about your fear for one Amelia Watson.
Yeah. I was live tweeting actually at the time because I forgot the Hololive English was happening that day. And I was like, OMG, Hololive English. This is a thing. Wow. I guess I'm just gonna live tweet. And I ate like a bunch of chocolate bars during the day. And I just made a bunch of videos on my Twitter and they're still up. And I put them on YouTube and hashtagged them. And here I am. I'm a funny meme.
Hey, they made the rounds. You did well. And obviously, since her debut, Amelia Watson, to my knowledge, has not been drugging any of their viewers. So you made a real difference in the world that day.
Oh my god. Can you believe just speaking up makes a difference?
Yeah.
Insane. Don't do drugs. Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs, particularly from Amelia Watson. I think unless ground pounds are a drug. Oh no, are ground pounds the new street name for drugs? Oh.
Oh no, not in my house. No sir, no sir, no sir. We don't allow that. We're actually angels. Tessie des kawaii no desu. So we don't do those kind of drugs here.
Yes, none of those bad things. But anyways, welcome, Web, to the show. Could you tell us a bit about your mama and papa?
So, I have a mother, a VTuber mother currently. Their name's Haha Nihao. They contacted me one day and was like, you want to be a VTuber? And I was like, yeah, I want to be a VTuber. And they're like, okay, cool. So, here I am. I'm a VTuber now.
Wait a minute, so this is actually news to me. So, she approached you, not the other way around.
So in actuality, what happened was I was looking at pictures of my favorite VTuber, Pochi Corone. She's more of a VC. And then I saw my VTuber mother make fan art of her, and I was like, oh, your art's cute. And then, oh, you're a VTuber too? That your model's really cute. And they're like, you want to be a VTuber? And I was like, well, if you're offering.
That's fantastic.
They're very sweet. Yeah.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Mm-hmm.
That was very kind of them, and just obviously they did a wonderful, wonderful job with the model.
So they apparently used to do that a lot with a bunch of VTubers. They'd give them starter models and be like, here, go into the world, try it.
Go forth.
They actually have auditions open right now for a new sister. So if you want to audition, you can go do that.
Oh, neat. Do you have the Twitter handle that I can drop in the chat for them?
No, yeah, sure. Gotta go grab it.
Gotta grab it. Well, in the meantime, I'm sure a number of people in the audience tonight are already familiar with you, but for those who aren't, if you could let us know just a little bit about yourself. It can be your lore, the type of content you're best known for, anything that you think is important when getting to know Web.
Okay, well, hi, my name's Web. I make funny videos. A long time ago, I became a meme in Japan, and I became a VTuber afterwards. The end. My lore is that I'm a magical girl, and I'm definitely not evil. And that's about it. I didn't really think a lot about lore when I...
Hey, that's fine. Not every VTuber has a deep lore. Sometimes it's just, hey, I'm here, I'm having a good time, and I want you to have a good time with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not much to it for my content and stuff. I just try to post what I want and do what I want, even though I might not be good at it all the time.
Hey, I think that's one of the best ways to do it. Just, you do what you like when you like. It's naturally going to make it so that your personality and your passion comes through because you're not wasting your time or your viewers' time with something that isn't genuine.
I think I agree. I think the really important part about being a content creator in general is to get to know someone and work with someone and try to work with your audience. I'm not sure if I'm trying to say this right. I'm really wording it awkwardly, huh?
Don't worry
it's
about it.
It's important to talk to your audience and make sure that they know what's up, and you know what's up, and there's communication, and it's good time, and they're gonna enjoy your content, you're gonna enjoy your content. Nothing's gonna be wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, my model one left in there. Oh no, it didn't.
Whoop, nope. Alright, I think we're good. So, recently, you've actually been playing a game that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's Sonic Adventure 2.
That's right, I just finished it last Monday.
Oh, nice.
I think I hate it. I played the whole game without ever learning the controls.
Well, if you beat the game, you must have learned the controls to some degree, even if it's only subconscious.
I just pressed a button and I could move. And there was one level where you were like racing. You were racing as Rouge the Bat. And I didn't know there was a dash. So I like did the whole race without using the dash button, which is very, very short. And it was very, very hard.
Oh gosh, so you were just playing unintentionally on hard mode that whole time. But you still beat it.
I would like to say I'm a gamer, but that would be a lie. It would be a big lie, and I say it to myself a lot, and people can't agree with me, but they know that I'm lying.
Hey, there is absolutely some truth to fake it till you make it, and if you're still beating the game without using, you know, a dash mechanic, which would make it easier, that means that you are so darn good that you're able to beat the game. Basically, you won a race while walking.
I guess I can race while walking. That's funny. I just didn't know that was gonna be that hard. I didn't even see the dash button. Apparently it appeared every time before I started the level, and people didn't say it in chat, or maybe they did. I don't remember. I just remember seeing it like the last second when I crossed the finish line, and they go, use the dash button. I go, what dash button? And I look up in the corner, and there's a dash button that's like on the top, showing you that it's there. Okay. It's the worst. I hate it.
Now, did you do much in the Chow Garden?
Oh yeah, I raced those kids. I gave them the juice to make them strong. I gave them little animal friends for them to devour. I gave them everything they needed so they can become the most superior babies I've ever produced.
There's nothing inaccurate about what you just said. That really is how the Chow Garden works. And goodness knows, I remember I spent so long in the Chow Garden back in the day, and I was absolutely crushed when my favorite Chow died. Because they can die. They can die, Web. That they age, and what happens is at the end of a Chow's natural life cycle, they can die, or if you have their happiness level up enough, and if you gave them one of everything, and I think there's a couple other prerequisites, they will become an egg again. And then if you hatch the egg and then raise it again, they will evolve into what is called a Chaos Chow. And a Chaos Chow is immortal, but you need to go through this once reincarnated iteration for it. And I remember that for whatever reason, my favorite Chow back in the day, I didn't meet those requirements, and they died, and I turned off the game and didn't save, and just made sure to run out of the Chow Garden anytime that... Because you know how they would go into a little cocoon when they would evolve?
No, I've never had this happen to me.
Wait, you didn't have any... Did you get the good Chow Garden or the bad Chow Garden? You know, the ones in the upstairs and downstairs?
The what?
Oh man, okay, so, you have the normal Chow Garden, and
yes,
as you interact with them with, either the good characters or the bad characters, their color shade changes a bit. Depending on who you raise them with more, after a time, they will go into a little blue cocoon, and, 30 seconds later, they'll come out as either a Hero Chow or a Dark Chow. And at that point, you will unlock the respective Hero Chow, Dark Chow Garden, which is basically just another little locale for them to be in. So there's that, and then after time, they will either go into a white cocoon, which means sad, they disappear, they have died, or I forget what the color is for them to go back into an egg. But yeah, there's actually a fair bit of depth to the chow system, as it were.
That's crazy. I thought you just feed them animals and juice, and they get stronger.
Well, you're not
But that's
wrong
it.
about that. It certainly works that way.
You're so big-brained.
Well, hey, maybe now you'll need to go back and explore it a bit more.
I'm not touching that game again. It's evil.
Fair enough.
No way.
Now, one game I'm pretty sure you do enjoy is Minecraft.
I was playing it before we got here.
Hey!
So good. Minecraft's so good. I punch a tree, I get a wood. I punch a skeleton, I get a bone. So easy.
It is a very gratifying system, to be sure.
So nice. Not too long ago, somebody opened up a Minecraft server in my Discord server. So I've been playing on that, and my friend built me a castle.
Oh, wow.
I was so happy.
Now, I know you actually do your own sort of news show every couple days, I believe.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, yes. And I'm gonna butcher her name. It's Nyaru. Yeah, is it just Nyaru-chan, or is there an extension to the name that I'm...
Naruto.
Nyaru-chu, okay, that's what it was, because I knew it was Nyaru. But yes, you collab with her on the regular. She is a member of S-Pro Shiryuri Production. We actually had on just last week Phoebe from S-Pro.
Phoebe. I watched that. It was fun.
Oh, awesome. So, are there any particular projects that you and Nyaru have been working on in Minecraft?
In Minecraft? No, so recently we just started playing Minecraft on it because Shiryuri opened up a Minecraft server, and I was like, you know, I really enjoy Minecraft, but I don't like playing it alone. I really hate playing it alone. So he was like, okay, let's play together, and I was like, that's a good idea. Well, or maybe I suggested it. Regardless, one of us suggested it, and we were like, Minecraft, good, and she was like, yeah, Minecraft, good, let's play. It was fun. We're not very good at it because I think both of us just started playing it recently. But we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I have a house.
Hey, there you
It
go.
looks like dirt.
Yeah, that's more than I have. That I only actually started playing Minecraft a couple months ago. I actually played it way back in the day on the beta when it was just creative, so you could bring up a menu and choose from different colored blocks, but there were no enemies, no animals, no crafting. It was just sort of a glorified Lego simulator, I suppose you could say.
Oh, yeah.
That was way back in 2011, I believe it was, and never actually picked it up after the release until recently, but started getting into it with some friends, and that is very much, in my opinion, a game that has to be played with friends. That I know that there are some people who can enjoy that type of thing and play alone. It's a zen garden from them, and that's just not how I can enjoy that game.
Yeah, no way. It's really hard to play games alone, I think. It's hard for me mentally because you're just sitting there for hours and you're going like, yeah, this is a great game. This is fun. Woo! Especially streaming like alone, I get really lonely and I go, I miss my friends.
Yeah.
Chat, please talk to me.
Yes, please,
that
chat.
kind of thing.
Yes,
It's
Nolan,
so
that is a web UC.
Hi, I'm Web. I like cheese and yeah, that's it. I think I like cheese. My favorite flavor of ramen is cheese ramen.
Ooh. Now, do you have a favorite type of cheese?
No, not really. You know, I don't. Cheese ramen cheese. That's it. I don't really like cheese too much. I like maybe pepper jack.
Because you have two emojis or Oshi marks on your Twitter bio, and one is cheese and the other is a bow. And the bows are obvious enough. So, but cheese. But you are you a mouse? Because you have the ears.
That is
But
a good question. No, I'm just a magical girl. The cheese is like when I played Among Us for the first time on my stream. I had the cheese hat on, and people were like, haha, funny cheese. And I was like, fine, let's leave it there. But also, my favorite VTuber's Oshi mark is cheese.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's cool.
It
Now
all
I'm
ties
supporting
together.
both of us. Cheese and pies.
One of my other
Come
previous guests, Cecilia Laroon, asked, what is your favorite way to eat cheese? So I suppose
With my mouth?
well, that's fair. I guess given what you said, probably ramen, because, you can have cheese in pizza, in ramen, you can have nachos.
Yeah, but it's not like you put cheese on ramen. It's a flavor they sell from Maruchan. Not sponsored. It's cheddar cheese flavored ramen. It's the best flavored ramen. I have a case of it. I have to hide it because somebody else likes to eat it. And they want to eat it before me. And they want to eat it all. And I go, why? You know what? This is mine. I got cheese ramen for my birthday last year. It was an event.
Now, for my confession, I am not a fan of cheese. I enjoy cheese on pizza. I enjoy, if there's just a little bit of cheese on something, sure, but macaroni and cheese, for whatever reason, the smell and the texture is just not to my liking, but hey, that means more for you and everyone else.
Oh my god.
I might just have my first guest walk out on me from that.
You don't like it?
Not
Why don't you like it?
I don't know what it is, but it's weird that my grandmother also did not care for it, so I think it might be a genetic thing of just for whatever reason.
You think it's genetic?
That just for whatever reason the smell of cheese to me, or particularly melted cheese, is very unappealing to me. Because we know that there's a genetic thing for parsley, that basically if you have a particular gene coding that you will taste parsley similar to soap.
Nice talking to you.
Oh no. Well, I guess that's the end of the show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Green screen's not working too good today, huh? That's okay.
Now.
Hi.
Oh, thank goodness she's back. Oh wait, is it cilantro? Am I misquoting this? Is it cilantro, not parsley? That might be right.
What?
I knew it was some
Aren't they just plants?
green thing.
Just eat a plant. Plant?
Plant, yeah.
So, what is going on? So you
I
just
don't know.
can't eat plants? Like any?
Oh no,
It sounds like you don't even know.
No, I was talking about I was confusing parsley and cilantro for when I was mentioning that there's a gene that you will taste it as soap. It's cilantro, not parsley. So we've gone terribly off topic and tangent, but hey, I warned you ahead of time this would happen.
I like doing tangents actually. I'm very good at them. I would say I'm like one of the best tangent mans. Yeah.
Tangent idol VTuber web.
It's true.
Now-
Tangent idol VTuber.
Now, before you did VTubing, you already did stream, but you also did some music. We actually just played a new cover of yours at the top of the show, which is called Digital Girl, and the full version has not actually been released yet. So you are actually the first person to have a song debut on my show, so thank you very much. I'm honored.
Oh, no problem. It's just a cover of Digital Girl, so it's fun. It's a fun song. I really like it. I like everything that producer makes. And my friend is the person who animates for them. So I want to support them by, shout out, hey, go look at my friend. They're cool.
For sure, yeah. Send me their handles and whatnot afterwards. I'll make sure that when this gets uploaded to YouTube after the fact that they are in the video description. I'll make sure to tweet out about them that I want to always be supporting my guests and the people that support my guests.
Oh, that's cute. You're so nice. What the heck?
Hey, I'm just a guy that likes to think that he's good at running an interview and asking questions and keeping a conversation going without getting too awkward. You and the other guests are the people that other people tune in to see, not me, so it's the least I can do.
Would you rate me at being Would you rate me at being good at keeping a conversation? You think I've done good so far? I don't feel it. I
Well,
feel like...
we haven't had anything, really crash and burn yet. That just, like I mentioned, we went off tangent on cheese and cilantro and parsley and different tastes and whatnot. But hey, that's still good. That's still content. We're keeping things rolling. I think this is great.
Yeah. Maybe it's great. Maybe. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I actually really like talking, so this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, and
Oh my
we've only
gosh.
just scratched the surface. Because I know before you did VTubing, like I was mentioning, you already did a lot of music, but one particular area that you were involved in was the Utaite community.
Right. Yes. I on my adventure of using the internet, I've gone through multiple stages: Utaite, voice acting, game design, even web design, stuff like that. I just wanted to find out where I fit in. But when I was a Utaite, I think I just worked on a few chorus battles. I think that was my favorite part about it. The least favorite part about chorus battles is like how short the deadlines are. Each year I feel like they get shorter because they used to be little music videos with like pictures scrolling down the side or just pictures standing there with lyrics going across the screen. Most of the time not even with lyrics. But now they have a video like animation. You have to do motion graphics. You have to have full-fledged new art pieces. You can't use pieces from the internet. You have to do all this stuff. Also, it has to be done in less than a month.
Holy cow. So I only actually learned about the Utaite community for the first time with one of my previous guests, Snee.
Oh yeah, I know Snee. Actually, we're friends.
Oh.
I have her emojis on Twitch too.
Nice. Yeah, I had her on just a couple weeks ago. She was absolutely fantastic, and despite being heavily involved in just, the anime and nerd community as a whole for many, many years, for whatever reason, the Utaite community just never really came across my radar, so I'm learning bits and pieces about it as I go. So I know that a lot of it is almost sort of the predecessor to the VTuber, VSinger community as a whole.
Yes, it really is. More than half of the VTubers that you guys know and love currently were Utaites in the past. And I do have a secret list where I've written down who everyone was and who everyone is, but you guys can't see it.
Yeah, of course. That's certainly, it's one of the really nice things I think about the VTuber community is that everyone has a firm grasp of reality. We know that the people behind the avatars are not the avatars, and that the people behind the avatars have inevitably done things before VTubing, but that there is a healthy separation, and that, if you know, you know, but you sort of just mentally compartmentalize that knowledge. And for you as someone who is involved in the Utaite community, it makes particular sense to be aware of that and track it a bit because, you want to continue supporting your friends in their newest ventures. So that's not, invasion of privacy or anything. That's you saying, all right, I want to make sure that all the people I know from over in this sphere, that I can continue interacting with them in this new sphere.
Yeah, actually, a lot of Utaites that I did know, I wasn't very close with. So, what I learned about the Utaite community as a whole, growing up inside of it, like a little baby, a wombkin, what I did was I kept to myself and made sure to live in my own server. But I think it was really bad because I didn't really make too many long-term friends. There were places where people would go and hang out together for hours and hours and hours, but I was never there. I was always on at the wrong time. I was in a different time zone. Nobody lived where I lived, so I just kind of was stuck to myself. I could type to other people, but there wasn't really a lot of friends that I kept up with, I think. So when I found them later on as a VTuber, and we either contacted each other or we hung out later, it was kind of cool. It was like a time machine.
Yeah, both a time machine and making up for lost time. That it's great that even if you were a bit more reserved back in the day, that you're able to still build on that now, because you're not starting from zero with these people, even if you weren't as close as you'd like to be, that you were able to approach them and connect with them, and now you're really able to actually become friends with them, even if you were more reserved in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just really happy. I think that makes me happy. I think I'm still very reserved. I don't feel like I talk to enough people, and it makes me sad, but I really do try to make as many friends and to work with as many people and try to hang out with everyone, but it's a little hard sometimes.
Hey, well, you've already shown growth in that you are starting. That you can't expect to go from 0 to 60 all at once, but as long as you're aware of it, as long as you're trying to just incrementally get out of your shell a bit more and a bit more, that you end up growing. And hey, you were crazy enough to agree to be on this show, so hey, there you go.
That's crazy. I can't believe I'm on TV. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
Now, in addition to Utaite, you also did some idol work as well. You mentioned that you were part of a group called Peachy Parade.
Yes, I signed with them pre-COVID, not too long ago, as a trainee member. I passed the auditions. I auditioned, and it was my first time doing dance with like a group as recreational activity. I used to be in a theater troupe beforehand, so that's something I would do. And I'm not too good at it. I haven't taken dance classes, but I watch people dance and I have fun doing it. So that's cool. I joined their group because I wanted to make more friends in my area that had the same interests as me. I live on a mountain, like a mountain, so nobody lives there. And I wanted to make friends, and I was like, friend, now! So that's what I did. I joined an idol group, and it was cool. And I think we had like shows at Anime Week in Atlanta, and we have fun in general. All the senior members are very, very sweet, and nobody's really rude. There's nobody mean in the group.
It's always good when you can find a group like that of just, people that, even if not everyone is best friends, that there's no, wet blanket or someone who's causing trouble for the group, that especially in larger groups and ones that draw from more diverse backgrounds, it's great to really just find a bunch of people that are always, trying to have a good time together.
I think though, because I met the new members like me, the trainee members, sorry, totally escaped my mind. I just said it, huh? And the trainee members, just like me, we met before we met everyone else, and they're just so sweet, so sweet. Yeah, and everyone's nice. Sorry, I'm still talking about it. I love them.
No, that's great.
Everybody, I love Peach Parade. Write it down.
Now, I assume it is completely unintentional that your color palette is similar to that of a peach.
Well, that's crazy, because I had that somewhat in mind. When I joined Peachy Parade is about around the time when I was like getting VTuber model / getting into VTubing, which is why I have an orange shirt and there's some orange in my color palette, because my member color is orange. But I'm not really a big fan of orange. I think it's okay. I don't like cool colors at all. I really like warm colors, and I think warm colors are nice. They bring happiness and joy. Not that cool colors don't, but they're just not as cool as they make it out to be.
You didn't choose the orange chose you.
The orange chose me. I think if I ever get a new model or a model upgrade, I'd take orange out, personally. It's not like I hate it, but it's not as cute as pink.
Well, you still got your pink in with the hair.
So true.
Now, speaking of all these different colors, you told me about a couple of your favorite video games, and one of them is just a super splashy, colorful game with lots of... I suppose fuzzy wouldn't be the right term. I don't know what the proper... Paper mache, yeah. I don't know what the proper texture description is, but Viva Pinata.
It's my favorite favorite game. Viva Pinata's nice. You got a garden, you got little animals. It's like what Pokemon should have been, but it wasn't. You're like, why isn't this Pokemon or Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing or whatever? Because you can just pick what comes to you, and you can find achievements, and it's made by Rare, and there's like funny Banjo-Kazooie in it. I really enjoy Viva Pinata. I think that colors are nice. I think that the animals are cute. I think that I like breeding them and making them do the funny little dance. And I like, I think the only thing I don't like is there's actually an antagonist and an in-game to it. And I hate the antagonist. I hate the whole, there's an enemy group, and they're red and black.
Now,
and
is
really
it,
annoying.
now do you hate them in that the writing is good and that you hate them in a way that you are supposed to because they are bad characters? Or do you feel they don't fit the game and you hate them in that regard?
No, none of that. So in the game, they'll walk into your garden, like you have a set of land for your garden, and in the game, these enemies walk in your garden. They will either poison your piñatas, throw up dirt everywhere, kill them.
Oh my gosh.
Beat them to death. Take them away to a mountain and throw them in a lava pit. They'll just do all these crazy things.
Oh.
And you just sit there and you can watch.
This is heartbreaking.
There's no way to stop it. You just have to watch them suffer.
No. Also, I feel like we need to back up for a little bit because I know Viva Pinata, but as sad as it is to say, it's a bit of an older game at this point.
Oh no.
So I guess, could you sort of give a quick top-down description of Viva Pinata?
Okay, so Viva Pinata is a game where you have a garden and you collect little piñata animals in your garden, and you grow gardens, and you either send your piñatas off to a party and they'll come back, or you can just live with the piñatas. There's not really like a way to excel through the game. You just have to live. Like you just survive. The goal is survive. And it's not like there's anything too crazy coming through and killing you, but as I stated beforehand, those enemies exist and they will try to kill you, and they will make it a little slower to progress in the game.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this was done by Rare Games, same group that did Banjo-Kazooie, actually same composer as the one who did the music for Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64, same guy that wrote the DK rap.
I love the 64 as well. I grew up playing the 64. I have older sisters, so they always had a 64 before me, and it was really fun. I played Mario Party with them, and I played Donkey Kong, and I played all the games that you mentioned before. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Sorry, I like games. I'm not a gamer, but I like games, and that's how big-brained I am.
Well, you might not like, I suppose, competitive games, but you're still very much a gamer.
Yeah, maybe, right? Yeah.
I do hope they make another Viva Pinata game because they only made the one, and it was very successful.
No.
Oh wait, was there two?
No. I own every single version of Viva Pinata. There's Viva Pinata 1, there's Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise, there's Viva Pinata PC, there's Viva Pinata DS, and there's Viva Pinata Party Game.
I stand quite corrected.
I love the Viva Pinata franchise. There's not really too much to go off of it. I know that the Reddit's trying to make a new Viva Pinata game. I'm not heavily involved in it, but I watch. It's cool. Viva Pinata's awesome. Everybody should play it.
Alrighty, well, we are starting the Viva Pinata movement.
Right. Everyone, pull out your horstachios. It's time. March. Who bought Rare? Microsoft? Who
Yes,
bought Rare?
they were bought by Microsoft.
And they died?
Well,
Was Rare dead?
No, because because who did Crash Bandicoot?
Not Rare.
It wasn't Rare, no, that's different. I do believe that Rare itself was dissolved, but obviously they've had... The properties are still there, so they still have the rights to the IP because they put Banjo and Kazooie in Smash Brothers. So they still retain the rights even if the studio in name has been dissolved.
You think we'll get a new Banjo-Kazooie game?
I actually would not be surprised if we did. I think that in a lot of ways, the introduction of Banjo and Kazooie into Smash Brothers was a bit of an experiment for them to see just, all right, what is the real desire for it? Because obviously there was a vocal minority online that had been clamoring for Banjo and Kazooie for, as long as I can remember. That people have been saying that since Smash 4, since Brawl. But now that it's actually in, it does show, all right, that there is at least some appetite within Microsoft to support that IP. And since there was such a vocal excitement from the game community at large, not just the vocal minority who had been initially pushing for it, that when it was announced, people went nuts across the board. So I'm hoping that now that they see that the broader gaming public is in support of Banjo-Kazooie, that they might eventually actually develop another game. Difficult to say, but I would say that the odds are better now than they have been in the past 10 years, simply by virtue of them being in Smash.
So, what I learned from this is you're a Smash player.
Casual Smash player, yes.
A gamer in our midst.
Yes. Oh dear, spoiler alert, I'm a gamer.
New Banjo-Kazooie, that'd be tasty.
That would be.
I played Banjo-Kazooie every once in a while, but not too much. My little brother really, really, really liked it. I had the guide growing up because I'm
remember when we had physical guidebooks instead of just Googling it?
I mean, I have some of the Pokemon guidebooks, but I never played Pokemon. Like, I didn't own a Pokemon game until X and Y, I think. And it was only one. I played Smash and not Smash. Gosh, I played Snap and I played Stadium on the 64. Redact the statement. But I didn't play any of the other ones. It was weird.
Well, they are making a new Pokemon Snap game on the Switch, so.
I'm so excited.
It looks really pretty.
I've been putting money into a Pokemon Snap fund specifically for me. I want Pokemon Snap, and I want it now.
Yes, and you don't have to wait too much longer. If memory serves, it's coming out in April.
That's right.
We're almost there.
Pokemon Snap! I'm so excited. Oh my god. You still have the Ocarina of Time guide? Yeah, I think I might have had one too, but I tore it up or something. I really liked Ocarina of Time. It was my favorite 64 game. Probably. Most likely, yes.
I feel like Ocarina of Time really solidified Legend of Zelda as one of Nintendo's, tentpole franchises that obviously it had been very, very successful up until then, but I feel like Ocarina of Time just changed the game in terms of the scale of what it could be, because so many people thought, all right, I've got to the Temple of Time and I'm going to get the Master Sword and we're about done with the game, and then nope, you're actually only about halfway done.
I think I would always play the start of the game before finishing. I'd never finish it. I just
it is a long
restart
game.
And play. No, I'd only play until Temple of Time, that's crazy. That's what I do for hours and hours, and I think it was the most fun in the world. I wouldn't play Majora's Mask though. I really hated it. It gave me nightmares.
It was a very different game for sure.
Yeah, I don't like it. I would like to say it is bad. Thank you. Statement. Eat it. I'm not taking it back.
Gasp. Controversial statements made by WEB hates Majora's Mask. More 11.
Majora's Mask isn't that good. I don't think it will ever be that good. People say it's amazing, but you gotta manage time for hours, you gotta figure out everything, and you have to do it by the second, or else you can't win. And you're like, why do this? People play games to feel better, not to stress himself back out. If I wanted to stress myself back out and play a game, I'd play some scary horror game.
It certainly
then
feels like a
cry.
different genre than every other Zelda game.
Yeah, it doesn't belong. Kick it out. Throw it away.
But maybe Ocarina of
Sorry.
Time is one that you eventually get to on stream, because if you never actually beat it, but had so much fun, maybe this is your opportunity.
So I am streaming it right now.
Oh.
It's one of the games that I'm streaming. Yes, I'm playing multiplayer Ocarina of Time on stream currently. And right now I made it past. I'm in the forest temple, the first forest temple after Link grows up.
Mm.
And I haven't finished the forest temple, but I'm there. That is currently where I am at.
Still, that's farther than where you made it when you were younger.
Yeah. I really like it. I think actually the farthest I might have made was the Spirit Temple and then stopped. Yeah, and that was actually really recent. I got it on my 3DS. So I did that. I just can't stop replaying it. I think I'm addicted. Help. Being a gamer's hard.
It is. Just like being a gamer, being an anime fan, being a VTuber fan, that there is... We live in an era of just an embarrassment of riches. There are more games than we can play, there's more anime than we can watch, and there's certainly more VTuber content than you can realistically watch. And it's just, alright, for every one game you complete, 3 more get added to the list. And everybody has their list, and the list does not get shorter. It only gets longer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think sorry, gosh. Yeah, the games are, I think it's a good thing that there are so many games. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that there's like so many that we can't consume.
For sure, yeah, because it means there's just more options.
Even after death, there's still gonna be games. Like, I guess. Can you play games in the afterlife? Biggest question, 2021. Can you play video games in the afterlife?
Might need to get Mori on that one.
Oh yeah, you can just ask Mori. Well, what am I thinking?
Now, I know you mentioned that you like another game franchise which seems very, very different from the others. That you have cute and colorful Viva Pinata, you have Ocarina of Time, but you've said that you are also a big Halo fan.
Yeah, I like Halo. I think I just like Halo because it brings up nostalgia. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I just like killing people and nostalgia. And that's it. I think it relieves a lot of stress.
Do you prefer the campaign mode in that, or do you like the multiplayer?
Well, now that you bring it up, I do like what is it called? The ball game where you hit the ball. Shuttle ball, something dumb.
I believe that's it. I'm actually not. I have not played Halo because I'm garbage at FPSs.
You know, I also believe that until somebody on stream told me I was good, and I was like, "What? I'm good at games?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Thank you."
Either that or get glasses, because I don't think I'm good actually.
Oh well, you know. It's better to take the compliment, I think.
Yeah. Now, so are you paying attention at all to the development of Halo Infinite in that case?
I'm not paying attention, but I'm interested in buying it when somebody talks about it.
Yeah.
You brought it up, now I'm thinking about buying it again.
Because
Stop it.
they actually, one of the developers had an interview about a week ago where they were talking about it, and apparently the term they used was action sandbox. And I'm not quite sure what that means, but they said that it's going to be a very different type of game from what they've had in the past, so a lot of people are currently speculating on just what they mean by sandbox in this case.
The last sandbox game I played was Disney Infinity, and if it's anything similar to that, I'm not interested. Oh my god, the game's awful. I don't really know what a sandbox would include, because I'm not much a gamer. I think it just means like open world but small.
Yeah,
like, not open.
it's a
closed
strange
world.
term, because I suppose, in a way, Minecraft is a sandbox.
What?
I'd say that in a way, Minecraft is a sandbox, because you're literally just building with blocks and not sand. And just,
But you can just
building whatever you
go
like.
anywhere in Minecraft. Like you just.
Huh?
You can go everywhere in Minecraft, but you can't in like normal sandbox games. They have a limit to the world.
I suppose that is true, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd consider them the same. I guess they might be. I'm not a gamer. Please don't tell me what I mean, please do tell me, but don't take my word for like knowing what a game is and what a game isn't.
And to
I
be
just
fair,
play
I
them
don't
for
think
fun.
anyone knows what Halo Infinite is right now, and that's, I suppose, the interesting part, the speculation. But how about something I know you know about, and that's anime, and more specifically, you are a magical girl, because magical girl anime is very near and dear to your heart.
I love magical girls so much. I think that girl empowerment is really necessary for today's society, and I think it's important to show off on TV shows, and I think it's important to get rid of those stereotypes where they're like, I'm a woman, I'm in distress. Now I know this has like been stated for a billion years, right? And people talk about it all the time, and most people think that it doesn't exist anymore, but it still does. Like in media, if you look at a female, is she always looking at this guy in class? Is she always trying to make him do all the hard work? What's going on? Why can't you be strong and independent? I get so sick of it. I get so sick of it. And I want them to be strong by themselves, and I want them to figure out their own problems instead of pushing it on to someone else. And I really, really strive for that in everything. In everything. And sorry, angry. Me angry. I love magical girls. Yay.
Do you remember what the first magical girl series you watched was?
Oh yes, it was my first anime. First anime I watched was Ojamaja Joy Me. It's a show about these kids and they become witches and they're like, I'm gonna be a witch because I accidentally turned this person into a green blob and I have to fix my problems and the actions that I've already made. So I gotta go do that. And then she does. And there's a lot of seasons. There's like 3, 4, 5. Oh god, no, actually there's 4 seasons, but there's a movie coming out for the anniversary this year. And the Blu-ray of it comes out on April 21st, which I will be watching.
Ooh. Because I know that that was one that did get localized and brought to the U.S. It was one of the 4Kids entertainment shows, actually, back in the day.
I watched it on 4Kids. It was so good. Sorry, I totally interrupted you. Forgive me.
Well, basically, I was just saying that it was broadcasting in the U.S. from 2005 to 2010, so a little bit after the initial, Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh craze, but still very much in that early 2000s heyday.
Oh yeah, I love Magical Doremi, like the localization. It's fine. Some of the voices are like iffy, but I think the 4Kids people had a small cast of voice actors they were always working with, so I don't really see the problem with it all the time, but it's kind of some of them have weird funky voices, I'm not sure why.
It was early 2000s dubbing, that's why.
Oh, true.
Oh, goodness, I missed this. My name is Gata, rated with a party of 4. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. This is Vtuber Talk. I'm Jay, she's Web, and we're just talking right now. Currently discussing magical girls, because Web herself is a magical girl, and Magical Doremi was the first one she's seen, but you definitely like many others beyond that one as well, I know.
Oh yeah, Sailor Moon, Shugakara, blah 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 blah. What's the one I really like? There's Doremi, and then there's Precure, the biggest magical girl show in the universe. The Precure is the Toei Animation, like, I wouldn't say it's a spin-off of Doremi, but after Doremi, they really said, hey guys, we need to make something successful like this again. And they went, okay, and they made Precure, and it's really, really, really good for some seasons and really bad for others, but it doesn't really matter. It still makes them a ton of money. It was even supposed to be represented in the Olympics, 2020 Olympics. Sorry, I forget that we're in 2021 sometimes.
I didn't actually
cool.
realize that Pretty Cure was after Magical Do Re Mi. For some reason,
What?
I thought that Pretty Cure predated and had been going a bit longer than it has, but I'm looking it up now, and you are absolutely correct that it premiered in 2004.
Yeah, it's 2004 show. It's pretty good. There was a dub of that too, a localization. It only aired in Canada, but I am not from Canada. It was available on the Funimation website. So after I watched Doremi and all the 4Kids shows, because I ate them all up, I went to the Funimation website, which was somehow free back in the early 2000s, or maybe I had like a secret account that was free. I'm not sure. The website was always really buggy and gross, but they had Precure on there, and they had Sasame's Magical Girl Club. I had a few other Magical Girl shows, but not too many good child-friendly ones, if you know what I mean. So I watched those, and they were really good. Precure is really nice, and thank you for my TED Talk. Woohoo!
Did you have well, I suppose I shouldn't say did you, do you have a favorite character from Doremi or Precure?
Yeah, so Magical Doremi, the main character's name is Doremi. She's my favorite. She's the best one.
She's the pink one.
The best. She's the pink one, which is obviously my bias. If any character's pink in a show and she's not really rude or mean, I think she's my favorite. Actually, I might like the rude and mean ones too. Let me scratch that back. I like anything that's pink. So if you show me something pink, I'll be immediately attracted to it. Pink sheep Minecraft. Done. Easy money. Doremi was my favorite character from Magical Doremi. My second favorites are spoilers, so I can't talk about them, but you'll know them because they're the only other spoiler characters. And then Precure. My favorite characters from Precure. I don't want to go season through season.
That would be
I
a
like
lot.
the original Precure. Yeah, there's too many. I like all the pink ones, if that helps. There's only 2 pink ones I don't like from Precure. Yeah, but that's okay. My favorite characters from Precure, the original season, is Cure Black, yes, Precure 5, Yumehara Nozomi, Cure Dream, and then, Erika, from Heartcatch. Those are all my favorite characters. Erika's Precure name is Cure Marie. She's blue. She's the only blue one that made it into my list. I don't really like most of the blue ones, but she's pretty popular.
Now, you've said that to this day, Magical Doremi remains at the top of the list for you. Is there something that you feel the series does particularly well or unique that really sets it apart from you, or for you?
Oh yeah, 100%. So, I know nostalgia is a thing, and I know like I'm addicted to it because all the games I play are like the old games that I used to play. But, for Doremi, I don't want to get too far into spoilers, but it starts out kind of
I feel like the statute of limitations has passed. It has been well more than 15 years since the series came out, so I wouldn't worry too much about spoilers.
Okay. Well, yes. Sorry, guys. I'm just making sure that you guys will watch it. The show Doremi, starting from episode 1, starts off as like a children's comedy, haha, funny, let's be friends. The further you get into each season, they talk about more sensitive adult topics and trying to like prep kids for growing up and stuff. My favorite episodes, there's one in the 3rd season about racism and anxiety, and then in the final season, we see how the main character is like super bad, like her bad traits. The whole show, she's been shown off to be pretty normal. There's nothing wrong with her, more or less. She's had a few fights with her friends, but in the final season, the last few episodes hit pretty hard. She becomes this realistic character instead of this fake character where they're like, oh, I'm happy all the time and I like friends. to... Wait. I have to leave my friends behind? Wait.
Oh.
You have to grow up? Are you gonna leave me? And it kind of hit hard, because I think every kid feels that at one point when they're growing up.
Yeah, especially like, if you're, like finishing up elementary school and you have friends who are in the grades younger than you, that's probably really one of the first times, or if you have a friend that moves away.
Yes, all of those topics are talked about in the final season. That you just summed up what happens. Congratulations! I can't believe you can see in the future, or maybe the past, because this was 2000.
But
yeah,
it sounds like they did a really good job of really weaving in realistic topics that that's something that just I know several other magical girl shows have done as well, but it's the ones that are able to do that and do it successfully that end up setting themselves apart. That Sailor Moon, I don't think it's controversial to say, is the biggest name in magical girls. At least
I think she's the biggest.
Yeah, and that Sailor Moon is very much acclaimed for its use of these types of topics, and it's obviously not something that every single magical girl series does, but it's really cool to hear that Magical Do-Re-Mi is among those that really do actually have the more complex writing, in that while they are still aimed at children, that they don't completely coddle their audience, and that they allow themselves to go into these, frankly, darker places.
Yeah, it's like super important. Not only that, the show was shown off to be something more realistic, even though it's like magic, haha, fantasy. The show, you don't fight monsters the whole show. You have to solve problems. Like there's not really a crazy monster of the week. There's like a human, normal, natural problem that needs to be solved. Unless, of course, it's the episodes where they like go into the magical world. Let's exempt those. They barely exist, but they're there.
My name is Gata. Asks if you've seen Mew Mew Power.
Oh, of course. Yes. One of the 4-kid shows that I watched as a kid was Tokyo Mew Mew Power. My favorite character is Pudding. The writing in that show gets very good at some points. It's kind of shocking. There's a quote from it where this girl she's just asking her if she's like okay, and she's like, why? There's nothing off about me. I'm totally fine. And they're like, you just put mustard on your pizza. And we're like, what? I don't know. It's really funny. Hee hee hoo hoo. I like shows like that, and I like localization of shows in general. I'm localizing an animation right now, so.
Ooh. Are you able to talk about that, or is that classified for the time being?
I haven't signed an NDA for it, and I've had it for like a few months. I have a few friends in Japan who work on animation. Before I was a VTuber, I was a voice actress, and I would work on voice dramas in Japan, and that was just a thing I did, and it was very fun. But this person, we've been friends for a long time. We've worked together on Untitled work and voice drama work, so we're well acquainted. And they messaged me, and they're like, hey, I've been working on this project for like a year, but I wanted to make it for an American audience. Please help me. Can you localize it? Can you direct it? Can you get the cast? Can you be in charge? And I was like, oh, well, I guess. Sure. Do I have a budget? So I'm working on that right now. It's a lot of fun. I'm currently getting the animation back and working with storyboards as of now, but we'll see how that goes.
Ooh, very exciting. Is there a title that has been announced, or we just have to keep an eye on your Twitter feed for that information?
There's been a few titles passed around. It's something similar to the tune of Choco Mint and Ninja Fighters. Yeah, I think that's it. It's cool. It's a hero show. There's a magical girl.
So it's really neat that you're involved in this just at such a large production capacity. So you mentioned that you had done voice acting, but this is well beyond that.
Yeah, well, yes, I do voice acting. I have directed. I've done all of these things before, but not all together. I think the only thing that I haven't done is casting for a large project. I think that's the only thing I have to check off my bucket list. But I'll do it. Maybe this one.
Very exciting. Definitely going to have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Just like working on animation and stuff. It's really fun. It's my favorite kind of work. Most of it's not from around here, but overseas. And that's cool. I think it's really cool that I'm involved in like other places.
Yeah. Would you say that Magical Girl shows were really what drew you to animation and animated projects like this as a whole, or were there other ones in your childhood that you feel were sort of your foundation when it comes to animation?
I remember a little bit of my childhood where I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons.
Goodness knows being told that we can't do something just makes us want to do it and like it more.
I think you can see where that led me. I became a cartoon. So, I think that's really what started. It's like, don't watch cartoons. It's not like cartoons, but I think Pokemon was off limits. Courage the Cowardly Dog, not SpongeBob. Maybe?
Yeah, to be fair, Courage the Cowardly Dog is legitimately creepy.
I think it was a majority of Cartoon Network cartoons because it was during the era where they were like doing really weird, creepy things on the cartoons instead of being like funny, silly. And that was probably the reason, rather than like cartoons as a whole.
Gotcha.
So I got a computer at a very young age, and I just watched cartoons on there.
Now, one of the other shows that you mentioned was Detective Conan, and that was one that was also adapted by 4Kids, but it did not do nearly as... Sorry?
Was it 4Kids?
Wait, was it 4Kids?
I thought it was owned by Funimation.
Let me triple check that. Well, I know that... Oh, no, wait, you might be right. I think you are.
Yeah, it was like...
For some reason, I was accidentally confusing that with One Piece, because One Piece was with 4Kids and then went to Funimation after the fact and had to be effectively rebooted. I have my own mini rant about basically the reboot had to be grittier because Funimation needed to make it different from 4Kids. So I think that they actually, the initial rebranding for One Piece, I think actually they made it grittier than they had to because they were desperate to make sure that it wasn't confused with the 4Kids dub.
Wait. For the One Piece dub, I don't want to feel like I'm fact-checking you.
No, please, no. I would like to be corrected if I'm mixing things up.
But from what I remember is that immediately after 4Kids lost their rights to One Piece, Funimation, and they like put up right after 4Kids, like immediately where they left off. And that was like purposeful, so they could keep people interested instead of letting them watch the old stuff again.
Yeah, no, I'm talking more branding decisions.
Oh yeah.
That when Funimation got the license, that they were using a lot more black, a lot more Jolly Roger imagery. Basically, they presented it as a pinch grittier than it actually is, because obviously One Piece is a very colorful, silly show, but that at least in its initial launch under 4Kids, under Funimation, that they felt that they had to make it seem just a little bit edgier to make sure that people who didn't care for the 4Kids dub knew that it was under new management.
I wonder if that's so. I really wouldn't know.
Like, I'm not sure myself 100%, this is me sort of speculating commentary. But one way or another, fortunately, One Piece has continued to do very well under Funimation's management, and that it has become one of the biggest shows in the West, just as it is in Japan. But that was not the case for Detective Conan. That just for one reason or another, and it wasn't. It was not the same reasons. Well, actually, I'd actually much rather have you tell me, because I'll admit I've not actually seen any of Detective Conan. I know of its historical significance in Japan, and I know that its sales numbers in the U.S. were not terribly good.
Well, I think the reason it sold so bad, and this is also speculation, because I was not a part of the generation where it aired on TV. It was on TV, which I was unaware of. But the dub, they made it seem more like a goofy kid show with like country accents, and they're pretending to be Sherlock Holmes, and all the characters are really mellowed down, and they all have, I'm sorry, I just remember like the super funny accents they all had in the English versions, even the professor. It kind of seemed like I was watching Looney Tunes for a bit, so it was hard to process. I originally watched the sub version. I wasn't very young when I started watching it either. I was just very interested because I liked the voice actor of Shinichi Kudo. He's kind of epic. He also voices Inuyasha and stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I don't mind if I do. So I went to go watch that show, and it was cool, and I liked it. There's a lot of episodes. It's the longest running anime of all time. I don't think
it's still airing. Crunchyroll currently releases the newest episodes.
Sorry.
No, I'm checking Wikipedia right now. It's really well over 1,000.
Yes.
Actually, it's 999 as of now. They're just about to hit 1,000.
Oh, nice. It used to be the second longest anime, but that one stopped airing for a bit, and I don't think Conan hasn't taken any breaks. It might have taken a break for COVID, but it hasn't stopped since 1998, 9, I don't know. Sometime earlier I was born. Oh yeah, see? That's crazy!
Wow. Yeah, per Wikipedia, original run January 8th, 1996 through present.
It hasn't stopped. And it won't stop. It's too good. Even the manga isn't over. I read the manga actively because at one point I just ran out of episodes in the show, and I've watched about all of it, but there's so few. There's so few that are plot relevant, and they drag the episodes out for days, so long. There'll be like 5 episodes per chapter.
Oh
and
my!
And then it's not like it's too bad of a thing, but when it's like not plot relevant, you don't want it. They'll have full arcs of things that don't happen.
Yeah, just filler arcs.
Over and over and over again. And I would say it's as painful as Bleach, but Bleach really hurt that.
Oh dear. I watched Bleach up through when they defeated Aizen, and that was about where I stopped.
I did not get that far. I went to the arc where they were in the desert, and then suddenly we were back home, and there's this little brat that Ichigo has to take care of, and that's when I knew I wanted to quit. It was right before he like beat some sort of final boss or whatever.
I think you stopped in the filler arc right before where I stopped. Because I actually did not watch the filler arc, so whenever I saw it go into a filler arc, I just set it aside and was like, all right, let me know when they're back to the actual plot. Oh yeah, goodness. And the manga for Conan has run even longer, like you said. That started at January 19th of 1994. So
well, I think Conan took a lot of breaks for the manga, at least, because the mangas take too long to update.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But still, it's at 98 volumes, so there's been quite a bit.
Wait, is there? I think the Wikipedia article maybe
could be outdated and.
Yeah, I think there are over 1,000 episodes, and I think there are over 1,000 chapters.
Wow. Bottom line, it's long.
It's so long, but I think it's worth it if you want to watch. I can write an episode guide and put it on my Twitter eventually if anyone's interested. I definitely hate the episodes where they're just like, this is an actual detective case. I much rather prefer the first plot line that they leave out where it's like, oh no, this kid gets turned into a smaller kid, and now we have to fight an evil organization for it, and also get him back to normal without being caught by the evil organization. That's my favorite part. So I skip everything else.
Yeah, that is sort of the double-edged sword of the classic run-on shonen, is that there's lots of it, but inevitably there's going to be filler somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I don't like filler. One Piece is like, they'll make episodes that are semi-fillers, so they're like really, really long fights for no reason. That's what they call semi-filler, and I'm like, why do I even watch this sometimes? I really like One Piece, like in general. I like the story, I like the characters. Nothing's really bad about it, but I wish the fights wouldn't last so long. Oh my god. I don't like watching people punch each other for hours. I like doing the punching. Don't need to watch it. Imagine me watching wrestlers and fighters and blah blah blahs. That's what all I do. I could just do it myself.
Now I want just the WEB magical girl fighting game.
Oh, well, there is a magical girl fighting you.
Yeah, no, but now I'm thinking like just the WEB fighting game.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. I fight you. I fight your mom. I fight your mom's mom. I fight your dad. I fight your dad's dad. I fight everyone.
No.
I got a little punchy club.
WEB's gonna destroy us all.
It's true. That's what I do.
Highly destructive magical girl, WEB.
Maybe. Oh my gosh. I could break a whole house down in a video game, couldn't I? I'm just like,
Oh, at the least, at very least.
Yeah. My magical girl powers at current is entertaining others and also getting rid of people. So.
Hey, those are
I don't think I'm
still pretty good powers.
Yeah. I think they're pretty good. Especially the getting rid of people. Easy money.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Oh no, this... WEB, are you Yakuza?
Omara. Ora.
Oh dear.
I think you should keep your false accusations to yourself.
Yes. Of course, WEB. Pardon me. I'm so terribly sorry about that. Yes. Please don't kill me.
Wait, I would never kill you. Maybe. Just don't get like on anyone's bad side that I have to work for.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind of cringe. Gross.
Yeah, no, that. At the very least, that is one thing that I do like to pride myself on, is that keep the discussions fun and lighthearted. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be dark and deep.
Oh, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with deep conversation. But anyways,
the deepest conversation we can go is the trench in the ocean. Thank you.
Or perhaps the abyss.
The Maid in the Abyss?
Yes, I know you like that one as well.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I just like the cute characters, to be honest, but the story is very compelling. If anybody wants to go watch it, it's a very good show. I think it's available on all streaming platforms. I
believe that one's on High Dive.
Yes, but I think it's also on Hulu, Netflix, Amazon. It's definitely on Amazon. Always on the front page of Amazon. I don't know why. Amazon prides itself on made them best. I don't really watch on those streaming services too much, but I do when I want to. I think I use Verve the most out of all the streaming services. I have Funimation too, but blah. Made Abyss is really nice. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Yeah, that's fine. So, I do know that you also cosplay a fair bit. Have you ever cosplayed as a magical girl?
Magical girl dresses are a little tough. I've cosplayed as Windy Marvel, Windy Marvel from Fairy Tail, Megamin from Konosuba, Mabel from Gravity Falls, Umaru from Umaru-chan. That was a really easy one, huh? I don't do too many cosplays. My brother-in-law and my sister, they helped me make my costumes at a young age, and I'm just really happy that I got to meet them, because I guess I'm happy I got to meet my sister, but like, I'm glad they met and then became closer to me, because I think our first few interactions were okay. They'd bring me to like movies and stuff. I don't really like movies, not to say I wasn't grateful, but I really got closer to them when they brought me to a convention for the first time. And I've never really been around people who like the same things as me, but going to a convention for the first time really...
Oh, it's a life-changing experience.
Yeah, it was. In fact, that's where I found out I wanted to do voiceover, and I wanted to do all these fun things, and I just wanted to try whatever. It really inspired me to be where I am today. I even hosted a convention panel... a convention panel at Anime Weekend Atlanta last year. On my sister's birthday. Happy late birthday, sister. Woo woo. And it was fun. It was so much fun, and it was exactly what I imagined, and everybody enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, and I made so many friends from it. They stuck around. And yeah, I'm happy with where I am, and I think it's all because of my family bringing me to a convention. I'll tell you, would have been a loser on the internet and be like, this anime sucks.
Yeah, I didn't actually go to my first convention until I was almost 20, and then I just started to go to as many conventions as possible, and that probably has been the worst part of the past year for me, of just not being able to go to conventions, and I'm very much looking forward to the time when we are able to do that again.
Yeah, my first convention was when I was in 7th grade. Yes, when I was in middle school, and then the next year I just started doing voiceover, and the year after that I got like a huge following for no reason, and I was like, who are you guys? And they're like, you're funny, and I'm like, what? I am? Oh my god, thank you. It was a wild experience.
Hey, it all has to start somewhere.
It's so true. So true.
Now, I have a couple questions that I like to ask all my guests. So, these are going to be a bit rapid fire, but I feel they help, let people get to know you, and I find them always just interesting to get the different answers. For starters, what is your favorite meal? So, price doesn't matter. It could be something that is like homemade, a family recipe. It could be from a particular restaurant, or it could just be pizza. If you could have just... What would you say is your favorite that you're trying to treat yourself? It doesn't even have to be something that you want to eat every day, but what is that favorite meal for you?
I like calamari. I like steak. So if I could have both, that'd be cool. But
Surf and turf.
usually I don't eat a lot. So yeah, I guess surf and turf, yummy. Usually I don't eat a lot, but there's this cute bakery, not close to where I live, and they have boba and these pastries, and one of them's called I think it's called a violet, and I think I would eat that. I think all three of those.
Now, what is the violet pastry?
It looks like a muffin, but it's made out of taro, and it has like mochi or something in it. I'm not really well versed in it. It's really yummy.
So I'm guessing the violet name comes from the taro, which makes it purple. Yeah.
It's nice. I really like it. Yum 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 yum.
What is your favorite candy?
I love candy. Right now it's mint chocolate Kit Kat bars. I've been eating them before streams every once in a while if I'm not drinking juice. So yeah, I eat those. I like Twizzlers too, I guess. and my friend told me about a honeycomb Kit Kat bar, and I hope to put it on my favorites list too.
I'm a sucker for mint chocolate flavors as a whole. Like, that's my favorite icing. And I've seen the mint chocolate Kit Kat bars, but I have not had them yet, so I'm gonna need to go out of my way and seek one out.
They're so good.
Do you drink tea, coffee, both or neither? And if you drink them, how do you take them?
You know, I really don't like drinking caffeine. It's kind of bad for my health, but if I do, I want to drink bubble tea, if that's an option. If
I'll count it.
Cool, awesome. And I like Thai tea with coffee jelly, but I also like this creme brulee one that comes from the same little cafe that I was talking about earlier that isn't nearby. And they have brown sugar crystals in them instead of boba. Yes,
Ooh.
those are the things I like.
Now, you say sugar crystals, so are they crunchy?
No. I think they're about the same as boba balls, but they're just made out of brown sugar. I'm not really sure how to describe them other than I guess they're squishy.
That sounds really good. I've never had that before.
It's a lot of
I've
sugar.
had Thai tea before, and I love Thai tea. It is a very unique taste.
Another VTuber actually suggested me a tea place for VTubing. She's like, all the VTubers go here to get their tea, and I'm like, why do VTubers go to a specific place to get tea? Anyway, I was peer pressured into it, and I got the teas, and I want to do a tea party stream, maybe. It's Thai tea, so it's nothing crazy.
Now that I think about it, I'm kind of surprised I've never actually seen a VTuber tea party.
We will soon. She's making a comeback. The person that I want to do it with is coming home.
Oh boy, oh boy. What is something that people don't know about you? So if someone has been to all of your streams, seen all of your content, what is something, it can be something just incredibly small. What is a detail about yourself that people don't know?
I like to write with my right hand, but I can also write with my feet. Thank you. Okay, next question.
Oh wow, and I thought this was going to be going, all right, I write with my right hand, but can also with my left and ambidextrous. But being able to write with your feet, that is a definitely unique talent.
I am powerful.
Indeed. What are your goals for 2021? I know we're just getting into March here, so it's still pretty early. You obviously have a song, a cover that you're looking at, and there's the animation project that you mentioned earlier. Do you have a particular goal or set of goals for this year for yourself?
Get those two things published, get them out there, and then I also... This is kind of like a really hard goal to reach, but I want to release an original song, or an EP at least. I've worked on albums before, but I think doing something for myself would be really, really nice. And I think I want to experience that, and I think I want to share it with everyone else. So that's where most of the streamer money goes. That and another secret project that I will not talk about.
Ooh, secret. Well, I think you definitely have what it takes to do either of those. That just, you obviously have the experience with singing, with the production. It's just never been a piece that you've done yourself. So you've got not everything, but you're not starting from zero. That you have a really good foundation to work with, and you have 10 months left of the year. I bet that you can accomplish that goal.
It's only 10? Ooh, oh no! Yeah, I think maybe. We'll see. If not, I just want to produce more covers. If not that, then this.
What does being a VTuber mean to you?
It means making everyone happy on the internet and producing stuff that you want to do. I don't think there's a lot to it. It's just do what you want, but also share it with others. Be like, this is what I do. Cool, right? Let's be friends, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much to being a VTuber. I guess we'll have a virtual model, most people would say, but I don't think you really even need that. You just need to be a personality. just have a good time.
Yeah, and you mentioned it in passing earlier, but I know that being able to connect with your audience and being able to make your audience your friend is something that is very meaningful to you.
I think that we have a lot of influencers today that ignore people who support them, or they might treat them in a rude or unkind way, and I don't really like that. And I think that that should change, and I think that people should be kind to others, and I think that people should work with others, and I think that you should know who appreciates you, and they should know you. It's not like a one-way street like, whoa, look at me, haha. We should be friends. There should be a community built up with the people who support others and the people who are being supported, to show that there's not like this fake line of what can happen and what can't happen. I think people need to know each other more. I think they need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and be friends. Woohoo!
Is there anything that you sort of have created a habit for yourself to help make sure that you live that? Are there any, I suppose, for lack of a better term, best practices or things that you do just in your streaming to make sure that you're able to connect to your audience as best as possible?
I actively talk to chat, which is kind of normal, but I think what happens mostly is off-stream to connect with my audience. I have a Discord server that I've set up, but I see in a lot of other people's Discord servers that it's always dead or inactive or nobody talks there, and it really bums me out. And I'm sure other people are bummed out too, because I'm not only a content creator but a viewer myself. I'm a supporter. So if I see a voice chat that's empty, I'm gonna be a little disappointed to be there. Like, I don't know the reason to hang out there if they're not hanging out there. So I just really like hanging out with others. So I've set up a Discord server to talk to people, and I actively make sure it's an important thing to do to talk to others. Oh, welcome! Hi,
Your
Raid!
favorite fan.
What's up?
Raiding Party of 4, thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. This is Vtuber Talk. I'm Jay. This is Web. And we've just been chatting. We've talked about everything from magical do-re-mi, things about connecting with your audience as a VTuber. We've talked anime, Detective Conan, Halo, Viva Pinata.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I think that interviews like this should happen more often, where people talk to each other and discuss, like, off of the stream. I don't know why there are people out there who try to distance themselves from their audience, other than, like, I guess the audience is dangerous or something. I don't know. I don't think that barrier should exist. I think that nice people need to exist, and I think that they should be rewarded for existing. I don't know. Something cool like that. Yeah. Be friends, please.
And I think that's definitely something really cool about the VTuber community as a whole, is that almost ironically, I suppose, I feel that VTuber, just, you know, whether it be in Twitch chat or on YouTube or even, like, go to the Hololive Reddit, that it's a very welcoming, wholesome place, and that the content creators, I would say, certainly on average, go out of their way to connect with their audience more than some content creators who don't have a virtual avatar. That certainly, like, you know, when you get to the scale of Hololive, for instance, it isn't really practical for them to be connecting with their audience on a particularly individual basis, because there's just, the scale is too broad there. But when it comes to, you know, independent VTubers and really anything that's under the tens of thousands level, I've found that just as a whole, VTubers are really, really good about connecting with their audience. And I think part of that is that the types of people that become VTubers are fans themselves, and that I think it's just something that the community as a whole has sort of matured, because also we're generally the age and the era that has grown up with the internet, so we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that we are becoming more actively involved in the content creation, and as such, people are more actively conscious of trying to be the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I'm just glad that it exists,
Yeah.
I think that I too would not have been here without people who are fan of VTubers, because as I said, Nihao Mama was a fan, but even before that, 2017, I had a friend who debuted as a VTuber, and she's very, very popular now. But she told me like what to do, how to do, how this will help, and she's just been very kind to me throughout the whole time. So I appreciate every single person who has talked to me about being a VTuber and who has worked with me as being a VTuber, and I 100% agree that everyone's really, really kind and everyone's talking to each other. I wish that this was like this in every other community. I swear it isn't. I promise I'm not just speaking bad about others. I'm just saying, like, wow, this doesn't exist everywhere else. Why does it exist here? Please make it exist everywhere.
We've certainly got something special here, and I think that's why you've seen just so much growth for VTubers that people wouldn't be following and watching in the numbers that they do if there wasn't a reason, if there wasn't something special, because goodness knows, there are many, many other content creators and streamers on both YouTube and Twitch that aren't VTubers, but you see VTuber numbers growing at a much faster rate than other streamer segments, and I think the community plays a very large role in that.
100%. I don't know how they couldn't. I think without the people supporting us, we wouldn't be here today. I think. Sorry, I'm probably like talking in circles.
We're having a bit of a love fest here. Hey, chat, we love you. Stay awesome.
Chat, I love you, chat. I don't live on Twitch, but I love Twitch chat. Everybody, I love you. Mwah. Shout out to my homies in the chat.
Yeah. And really, that's sort of why I started the show. Just, I'm not trying to be a VTuber. I just fell in love with the community and was like, well, I want to be involved somehow. I can't do art. I can barely draw a stick figure.
Oh no.
I have a very basic grasp of music, but I play actual instruments and don't have good recording equipment, so I really couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to contribute in terms of music. I'm not interested in being a VTuber myself, but at some point I realized, obviously I knew I was not the first VTuber talk show to be made. I had no delusions of that, but I was like, there aren't too many, and I think that I would be able to put on a show and do the behind-the-scenes work and be able to at least sort of carry a production and help poke out some fun stories and rants from guests, and I certainly hope I've been able to do that. It's weird. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes now, and time has flown. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Fun.
So just thank you again so much, Web, for being here, for sharing your stories, sharing your passion, that I know obviously there's so much more to you than we've been able to cover here tonight. So if you're here on Twitch or if you're watching later on YouTube, please be sure to give Web a follow, both on Twitter and subscribe on YouTube. You stream most days of the week.
I stream not on Wednesdays, not on Thursdays. Next week, I am planning on streaming every day. It's a holiday for me, so I'll just be everywhere. I've planned on, if I am working on something, I'd probably stream it on Twitch while I play music, and you can come listen to my music, and I'll be in Discord. I tested that out today. It was a lot of fun. And then, on YouTube when I'm having a good time, playing a game or something. I don't know. Something that doesn't involve copyright strike. Woohoo!
Yay, avoiding copyright strikes. And for your Discord server, I do not have a link handy, but Are there links for that on your Twitter profile, on your YouTube profile?
I can probably send it to you right now.
Oh, that works just as well.
Yes, it's active. In fact, immediately after this interview, I will be back there.
Awesome.
I'll be in my home.
Alrighty. I've got this link, and is this a permanent link that I can put later in the YouTube description as well?
Yes, sir. It's our permanent link that's open for everyone.
Awesome. Well, I've just dropped the link in the chat for people to head on over to WEB's Discord server later. I'm going to make sure that gets in the YouTube description. And we're just about done here, but do stick around. I'm going to be running the usual ending song and ending screen, but then we're going to be rating. Thank you so much to your favorite femboy and to My Name is Gabba for the raids tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your communities with me. I hope that everyone who found themselves here unexpectedly tonight have enjoyed everything. If you got here late, the VOD will be obviously available here on Twitch, and usually get things uploaded to YouTube a day or two after the fact. So stick around. We're going to be rating my guess. I need to double check. It's going to be someone who has actually been on the show before. Let me just double check that she's still alive, because I think we're going to be rating Miss Lane Blanc. Just need to make sure that she is, in fact, still live. So I double check and load everything.
Thanks for having Web today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here today.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I don't usually hang out on Twitch. I'm a little shocked. It's very lively chat. I love you, chat. I even saw my sister earlier in chat, and I was like, how did you find this? Cool, awesome,
yeah.
Hello.
Awesome, yeah, so she is still live, so stick around, because we're going to be heading over there shortly. So, Web, can't thank you enough. This has been so much fun. I'm looking forward to seeing more from you in the coming year. Can't wait to hear the full version of the Digital Girl cover. Can't wait to hear... I know you're going to have a original song by the end of the year. Don't know when, but I'm sure it will happen. So, keep up the amazing work. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And until next time, well, take it easy.